Hello, Entertainment Daily lovers. Let's dive right into this hot gist. The Very Dark Man versus Ashmusy. Yes, activist The Very Dark Man and influencer Ashmusy are going back and forth as The Very Dark Man drags Ashmusy to filth on social media. Welcome back. If you're watching this on Facebook, follow the page. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe. That being said, let's get right into this hot gist, Entertainment Daily lovers. Okay, so the Very Dark Man came out a few days ago talking about influencer Ashmusy, that someone paid Ashmusy 1 million naira for an ad, but Ashmusy did not follow through. And it seemed like the person has been trying to reach Ashmusy, and Ashmusy has just been turning the person around, not wanting to do the job. We hear this a lot about a lot of influencers where they will be paid, they will not want to deliver. People start getting a lot of following and they start feeling like they're too much, like they are untouchable and whatnot. So I guess this person reached out to the Very Dark Man, and the Very Dark Man called out Ashmusy, and Ashmusy also had a lot to say. So let's dive right into the story. So after the Very Dark Man called out Ashmusy that if she's not going to do the advert, she should please refund the person the 1 million naira. Ashmusy came out and posted this, where she said, "Let it be known that the last thing I will ever do is to scam a brand that has trusted me with their money. I have run probably over 1,000 ads since 7 years of my influencing career and haven't been dragged for anything like this because I deliver. Even if it takes time, and the worst that has ever happened is delay, never denial." And yes, some people will always fall for negative posts like this because they enjoy it, even after hearing just one side of the story, slash, after seeing half chat from only one person. But that's okay. It's not new. I don't play with my brand integrity, hence the reason I am typing this, because usually the last thing I ever want to do is reply such a post. Be rest assured, this will be settled. Thank you for your love and understanding. But this did not stop at that. Ashmusy also did a kind of short video, something on her Instagram live, where she posted, and on that live she has said that she's trying to transition. She's like just trying to explain that she's been so busy. She's trying to transition from what she's doing now to from like skit making and influencing and whatnot into the Nollywood industry and whatnot, and it's taking her time, and it didn't happen the way that the Very Dark Man came out to tell the story. That's not what happened and whatnot. But I guess as Mushi didn't expect that the Very Dark Man was going to say something else, that because Mushi said, we also saw the post that said the money has been refunded. As Mushi finally refunded the person the 1 million naira. And I just feel like this makes Ashmusy to look kind of guilty. And I will tell you that toward the end. But anyways, Ashmusy came out explaining all of that. So the Very Dark Man now responded back to Ashmusy saying, "I knew that you were going to try to, paint this to favor you, sugarcoat everything to make it sweet, look like you're not guilty of anything. Hence, when I was bringing out evidence, I didn't bring out the full evidence. But now that you've said all of what you've said right now, okay, I'm going to now come out and play the other part of the voice and then come back and tell us if this is you or this is not you." So the Very Dark Man now, after explaining that, now played an audio, sorry, where you will hear Ashmusy talking to the person that had already paid her for an ad that she didn't do, that the money is gone, to kind of making jokes or trying to play light of the whole thing. At some part she was even trying to tell the person to top up the money, like add more to the 1 million naira that was already paid, that she didn't do the job. Person should top up, or can you not leave leave money for a beautiful girl, but I'm like, yo, somebody paid you for a job. That's just what I'm thinking. If we're working from with what, okay, the audio, if that is Ashmusy's voice, this influencer, I don't really know her, so I don't know what her voice sounds like. So I cannot tell you 100. But the video, the audio, for people that watches her content, they will be able to recognize the voice because they will hear her talk and whatnot. So you kind of used to people that you watch, you kind of used to their voice, that you know how they sound. Okay. but those things that were said was really really mean. Like, you cannot be or call yourself an influencer and someone will pay you money and you're talking about how far Alaba is, and I'm thinking, the moment the person contacted you, did you not ask all those questions before you sent your account details for money to be transferred to you? Before you're collecting money from someone, you must have gotten to an agreement that you're doing the job. Hence the person is paying for something. That person is paying for something and the person needs to get the stuff. So I feel like no matter how Ashmushi tries to sugarcoat this, try to make it look like, oh, because I'm transitioning from a skit maker and whatnot into the Nollywood industry, that doesn't cut it, because even people in the industry already, okay, Nollywood actors, actresses, that they might be holding different script and whatnot. When people pay them to do little advert here and there, they still pull through. So you're not the most busiest influencer out there. You would have been able to do this, but I believe probably, and it was related to building material stuff, according to what we're hearing. So maybe Asmushi just felt like, oh, I won't show up and this person won't be able to do anything to me, because sometimes people feel like having the numbers on social media makes them invincible, make them untouchable. No, nobody, you can't do anything to them, you can't reach them, you cannot. Hence we have people like the Very Dark Man, and I think the Very Dark Man is doing a good job by calling people out. But I think he's also getting distracted, like the nonsense going on between him and Iyabo Ojo, that is going to be on a different video. But I just want to say that he's getting distracted. But this is a job well done on the side of the Very Dark Man, in my opinion, because it took this Ashmushi as long as it took her. She didn't even want to pay back this person, but it took this guy to call her out. And now we're hearing that the money have been refunded back to the person, which is amazing. Now the person can look for a different influencer, look for someone else that was going to do that. But do I feel like between Ashmushi and the Very Dark Man who is telling the truth? I think the Very Dark Man on this particular case is more believable than the Ashmushi, because if you knew you weren't going to do the job, you should have refunded this money. You shouldn't have even waited for the person to go contact a public figure, contact another public figure to come and call you out on social media. You cannot tell someone how to call you out. You've done something, and I believe that, or I want to believe that the evidence is that the person presented to the Very Dark Man was convincing enough after the Very Dark Man looked at it. Hence, he decided he was going to call you out, and he called you out the way he did. But then you came back saying, oh, it was a half-baked information. It was just one-sided post and one-sided that. Now we want to hear what you have to say about this comment or these comments that you made on this audio that the Very Dark Man played, because this doesn't look good at all. Okay, just because you feel you've made a whole lot of money, you're now up there, doesn't mean you have to disrespect a different person that is also hustling, trying to make money. It does not make any kind of sense. That man pulled out, man or woman, I don't know, but that person pulled out that fund from somewhere to try to promote his business, feeling like you have the audience and the person wanted to work with you. I feel like if it's building materials and whatnot, I feel like the person's choice was not, it was kind of wrong. I feel the person would have gone with a different influencer, but the person have their reasons why they chose to go with Ashmushi. But now this is not good. And talking about your brand, people are always quick to come out and talk about their brand, their brand, their brand. If you were considering your brand in the first place, you wouldn't have been telling the person to top up the money. You requested for 1 million naira. You all agreed, and you should have done the job. Please comment down below. Let me know what you think about this Ashmushi and the Very Dark Man case. Thank you.